You got to stick around because
there's more dances to go to.
Yeah, we still got to come see you. So
yeah,
stick around there. But anyways, so Johnny Sparkles, that's his new nickname because of his daughter's card looks cool as crap, dude.
Oh, I was wondering where you were getting that from.
Yeah, it's like multicolored flake that's in this clear coat on the car, and it just sparkles, man.
Didn't Johnny call it unicorn?
Yeah, like a unicorn.
Unicorn flake. It does remind you of that.
And I'm not going to call him Johnny the Unicorn or Johnny Corn or something
cool.
like that.
Johnny Sparkles.
Johnny
cool.
Sparkles. You know what? You could be Italian and in a mob, and Johnny Sparkles.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say, dude.
Johnny Sparkles would be like the coolest name for lieutenant. man, you need to pay me now, because if not, Johnny Sparkles is going to come up in here, and you know what he do.
Johnny Sparkles rolls around the neighborhood collecting everybody's money for protection. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Tuesday. Johnny Sparkles will be in here in a little bit.
Everybody gets a shakedown like they in prison.
From Johnny Sparkles.
From Johnny Sparkles. Johnny Sparkles.
Man, that can grow wheels and just take off, man.
Papa Don.
Yeah.
Johnny Sparkles.
Probably is like Johnny probably is like Johnny and Papa. That whole gang back there, they probably are like the redneck mafia. You know?
So, I understand that your name, Johnny Sparkles, was invented by a fat guy? Yeah, yes.
Kind of like being married by a fat guy.
Right? And I did that this past weekend. That was cool. Shiner got to experience that with me. We had a couple of good friends tie the knot. And it was a great wedding, a nice ceremony. The place where they had it was a private home, but it was dope. There was lots of karaoke, which was pretty cool. And there was a little girl that was singing karaoke, and I was like, golly. I mean, I want to do the same thing as Dave Coulier and just like eject, because this girl's songs was just depressing the shit out of me. And I'd say that Dave Coulier used to be married to Alanis Morissette. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? But props to that little girl, though, because there was only adults karaoke. And is karaoke in a word? It is now.
She's 10.
But man,
10 years old.
She's 10 years old. Didn't bat an eye about going up to that DJ and requesting one of her songs, and then would get out there and just take it to town, man.
I mean, totally singing it out of key, not giving a shit. She's singing it like nobody's listening.
I mean, just loving every second of being on that microphone.
And then I find out her dad just recently passed away. Okay, well, that makes sense on all those songs. She's singing songs to her dad. I get it now. So I had to kind of, I didn't tell anybody that the songs were bad or anything. I just, that was in me. And so I had to kind of tell myself, well, God dang it, you idiot. Won't you check shit out before you say something?
Yeah, quit being a dick.
Yeah, because if I'd have said something to somebody about that, that would have been a dick move.
God.
Extraordinaire.
Thank you, God, you didn't, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, to all the listeners that I've heard from over the past, 97 episodes, and we've ever made mention that Titty can marry people, and for all those listeners that contact us and think we're full of shit, check Twitter and Instagram out. There's the big man himself standing up at the altar marrying two people. With
a pink stole.
Yes, sir.
I did that to honor, and the groom didn't know I was going to do it, but Mike is a super good friend, plays in a band called Dixie Wrecked, and it's DIXIEWRECKED, but what they really mean is my dick's erect.
Yeah, they did a really good play on words.
Yeah, it's great play on words. The funny part is they're all mediocre musicians, and they know this, except for Rick, and he's got a last name that hardly anybody can pronounce. It's Tadunipa, but everybody just calls him Rick Jones because it
sounds like a flavor of pudding,
right? Yum yum. Anyways, Rick Jones, he's like I don't know he's like John 5 and playing with a local cover band.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's guitar skills are insane, and he has to dumb himself down big time just to fit into the band. But he looks like a rock star. You know, he's got hair down to his ass. He always wears his rock star cool clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And, while, the drummer wears a T-shirt that says not a band member. And the bass player's usually got a blue mohawk about 6 inches off of his head. And then you got Mike Meacham, who looks like your regular run-of-the-mill country boy.
Mm-hmm.
Flannel shirt, blue jeans, baseball cap.
Boots and jeans.
Yeah, boots. And then you got Rick, who just is rock star amongst. It's I don't know. It's like putting an ostrich in a chicken house.
It just stands out.
I mean, just absolutely. One of these things is not like the other.
But the combo of all of them together, it just works, and it's awesome. Like,
and they do country parody, mostly country. But when I say parody, they couldn't play none of their songs at their own wedding or at his own wedding because there were kids there. I mean, these songs get pretty vile, but they're hilarious.
Oh, they're so funny. So funny.
Hilarious. And anyways, so.
Well, and listeners they've heard, if you guys have listened to us for any amount of time, we've talked about the Labor Day that we went to the Ruins and partied. And the Ruins was literally a burned out house with a completely immaculate pool in the very middle of it.
And I'm talking in the damn middle of the house. Like if you went from one corner, it drew a line to the opposite corner, and then did the same thing with the other corner. So you're making an X. That center point is the center of the pool.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else around it burned down because the swimming pool's not going to burn down.
Mm-mm.
Right?
The swimming pool was intact, and it's nice.
And it's surrounded by concrete. So, the only thing that was really saved was the chimney, some of the most of the concrete, and I wish I would have grabbed that front door.
Oh, it was a set of double doors, and it looked like a giant charcoal briquette that somebody had carved. It was so cool.
And you're opening and closing a charcoal briquette.
I have an old laptop that I think I have a picture of that door on there. I have a bunch of pictures from the Ruins.
Man, you got to take that door and put it through some filters and programs.
Mm-hmm.
Knock that out because that
door was cool, man. It was real cool.
So, anyways, we're going back to the Ruins, and I think we're going to try to maybe do a podcast while we're having a little party and doing a little podcast while we're there. We'll just we'll record it and put it up the next Thursday. But about the same time of the year, it's right around Labor Day that we do this. It'll be the week after Labor Day, but we're going back there. But it's not the Ruins anymore. Everything is completely built. The house has, what did Doc say? The drummer. God dang it. It was like 7.5 miles of wire.
Oh, wow.
Is running through the house. There's 75 separate runs of Cat 5.
Really?
Yeah. Just Cat 5. Complete multimedia. Like everything in the multimedia stays in a cabinet. It doesn't sit on top of the mantle or sit out here in the open. You click the channel changer or whatever. They have sensors throughout the house for the remote controls. But you can, they have different receivers for different TVs. So you can take what you're watching in the living room if you want to go into the bedroom, and you can just, if you just grab the remote and take it with you, it follows you all the way to the bedroom.
That's a smart house. Yeah, literally.
It's an extremely smart house. When it gets above a certain degree, blinds automatically come down, automatically go back up. Whatever.
If you were real high, that would mess with you when you first moved in there,
dude.
Like whoa.
I'm just hoping it kind of stays hot between now and then.
They did say it's going to warm back up next week. I don't think it's going to. It'd be cool if we had an early fall, man. It would.
I don't want an early fall until after the Ruins because I want. I want. It'll still always be the Ruins, anyways, for us.
Oh yeah.
But I want the pool to be, maybe 90 degrees, 88 degrees.
The one thing besides the pool that stood out in my mind about that place is there's one working bathroom in there too. And the walls are standing and there's a door on it, but there is no ceiling. You'll be sitting on the toilet when it's dark and these planes fly over. Or it doesn't even have to be dark. I mean, you'll be in there and these planes will fly over. I'm like,
yeah, it was just
wondering what they're thinking.
It was a hobnob makeshift outhouse, basically.
Pretty much.
It had a working toilet, but it was completely separate from everything at the time. Now there's several bathrooms you can go to in the house, and everything works great. In the kitchen, we might be doing some Titty and Shiner culinary chaos in that kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
That kitchen is insane.
I'm liking how that sounds.
There's enough cabinet doors in the kitchen. Like you could open this cabinet door and put a plate there. Open this cabinet door and put a plate there. Open this cabinet door. You'd run out of dishes before you ran out of cabinets.
Really?
Yeah, buddy.
Cabinets for days, man. Cabinet space is never bad.
No, and when you can completely redo a house like this to exactly what you want, we'll be taking pictures of it when we go in this year, and we may share some of those on the old Insta page and the Twitter to show you guys where we were. Get you some pictures of us hanging around.
We need to launch that website.
Yeah,
is what we really need to do.
Yeah.
I run across the stuff all the time that would be great for the podcast webpage, and I don't really want to post it on the Outcast Media webpage, but I've got a lot of stuff, and we could show you. That's what we need to do. The stuff that we talk about, we're not just talking out our ass. Like there's stuff, all this stuff we look into. Like we don't just say, oh well, that's the Democrats and that's what they said, so screw them. Like we'll look into what's going on.
And for the most part, that's what we do during the week. We'll have a subject that we see on the TV that might spark our interest, so we'll write it down and all that mess, and then maybe listen to it being reported again by a different agency. And you're like, okay, so that's a little bit different than what it was. Let's go dive into this, and you start looking up sources and what was done, and a lot of times it is speech that's been taken completely out of context. Yeah. And then the media runs with it. It's sickening. But that's we fact check just about everything that we do.
As much as we can. That's just it, man. You literally just don't know. We're jumping back to this, but you don't know what to believe anymore. And it's, I was talking to my dad the other day, and I said, dude, think about this. What if all this drastic left versus right, we all hate Trump, we want him out of office, oh, we're going to put this guy with Alzheimer's up for a nomination. What if all this is really a big grand scheme to have all of us focus there while they're actually really putting the screws to us doing something else that we're unaware of?
That's possible.
Like what if Trump is part of the whole thing? I'm not saying that I believe that he is, but you don't ever know what the hell's really going on.
Well, if you start seeing the world go to like a one world currency, and you start to see religions centralize, in other words, you may only have, in the end, you may only have 3 or 4 religions, because other religions will just kind of globber them up.
I don't think religion will even be. I don't think religion will be part.
Well, they talk about it in end times. That's why the religion part's there.
Oh, okay.
Because you're going to have if it's end times and everybody who's the chosen one goes, the rest of us will have to stay out here and show and repent ourselves to see if we're actually to make it to heaven at that point. So we're just kind of in limbo. That's how the story goes. Now, I've not been one much for just straight up religion, and a lot of it is because I have more of a scientific brain than I do a let's make up some cool thoughts brain. My brain is very regimented and I gotta have data. I can't just take a.
But that being said, though, dude, there's still things that happen that data can't explain.
Oh no, you're absolutely right about that.
I'm all about common sense and data, but there's things in this world that none of that stuff can explain.
No, you're right. You can have data all day long on earthquakes, and we still don't know when and where they're going to hit.
Yeah, I mean, or like